Ultimate Search is back, showing Saturdays and Sundays at 8 p.m. on these channels. Let the adventure begin.
Previously on Gulder Ultimate Search.
Warriors!
Yes, sir!
Let the games begin.
Life is a journey, but I know it's gonna be alright. I'm waiting for my dreams to carry me all night. Away from all the struggles and the chains of life, the chains of life. And I woke up 6 in the morning, hearing loud alarm was blowing. Good
evening, Ma. Good evening. Chidima, you kept persevering, and that's what this journey is about. You may step back. Osas!
Yes, ma'am.
Your journey ends here.
Osas gets evicted despite the fact that he and Chidima came last. But Chidima is saved because she made a better attempt. What a night it has been. The land of Ijuka sits on a precipice. Its enemies close in. The fear of the unknown is worse than the known. Their enemies have heard that the Council of Elders are preparing warriors to go seek for the Holy Grail, the one thing that can assure them victory. They must be stopped. But our warriors are not done yet with their training.
Last task was on a whole new level.
In as much as puzzle solving is my thing, last task wasn't so great for me.
I knew it was going to be a challenge, but I never expected it to be that bad.
At first, I thought I was getting it, then I scattered everything again. It was quite frustrating to start picking up the puzzles back.
At some point, I didn't believe in my gut, and I lost focus.
With 9 out of 18 left and more to go, our warriors must brace up till only 1 is left.
I'm preparing to put in my best because I wouldn't want what happened in the last task to repeat itself again.
It is not your preparation here that matters, it is what you have learned in life that matters.
Yeah, no.
The morning comes with breakfast as they take turns for their rations.
One day now, one day, all this one go stop. I go chop better food. I go chop better food in my belly again.
Rachel serves as our chef this morning. Tosi wants a height advantage for some more scoops in his plate.
That's I gave you 3 half.
She actually said it? Yeah, that's 2.5 now. 1.5.
As I move.
Why do you leave me like this?
Move!
I don't look you, Tosi.
Oh, yeah, wait.
That's what food she give me. She said no.
May you see. Wait, may you see the 2 spoons. I know it's at the shell.
All said and done, it's time to settle down and eat, with some gist by the side.
Why are you so serious?
To be a true craftsman, you must live for discovery. The Ultimate, now crafted with passion.
We are warriors. We are.
Our 9 remaining warriors march into the ring of the Ultimate Warriors, singing with confidence, but none knowing who will stay or who will be evicted at the end of the day.
We are warriors. We are Alpha, and the rivers will know. Prepare, one right,
Warriors!
yes, ma'am.
Toke reminds them of the journey so far and the task ahead, as well as the need not to lose focus.
You are in the process of refinement. Everything you thought you knew ended a long time ago. This is a journey of endurance. As you can see around you, you are now 9. 9 ultimate warriors. But there's only one place for one person. Your patience will be tested today. Your speed, your concentration, your mental acuity. And how you play the game. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you prepared?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think you have what it takes?
Yes, ma'am.
Your task today is called a ball course. Standing beside me is your taskmaster. He would guide you through the process of the quest today. Taskmaster?
Warriors. Yes, sir.
Kunle runs them through the ball course.
Over there is your starting point. Over here is your finishing point. You have hurdles in front of you. But most importantly, you have 5 balls and a tray. All you have to do is transport those 5 balls over here and place them where they should be. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, your ball must not drop. If it drops, you start again. Look back. You see those stools over there?
Yes, sir.
When you get there, you will step into it, 2 feet into it. You will come out, climb the platform in front of it. The next obstacle, you will go underneath. And this next one here, the middle one, you will go over it, and then underneath here, and then you drop your balls there. All 5 balls. You cannot touch your balls as soon as you begin to move. At no point should you touch your balls, and don't drop them. If you drop them, you start again. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your task?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, taskmaster.
Toke reiterates the instructions again.
You have 3 laps and 3 laps alone. However you choose to transport your balls is left to you. If you want to take them one at a time, it's left to you. If you think that you can successfully carry all 5 balls across, as your taskmaster has instructed, they must not drop.
Yes, sir.
Warriors, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
On my command, walk with me to your post. Let's go.
It's time for our taskmaster to take control of this task.
I don't want to get there before you. All right, on my command, pick your tray. My command, go!
And the task begins.
The balls cannot rest on your body.
On the ball course, our contestants will have to convey the 5 balls from the starting point to the other end of the course, passing through the various obstacles till all the balls are conveyed from one end to the other. Sounds easy, right? Well, let's see how easy it really is.
As a team, pick your balls. Don't forget, you have only 3 laps.
And Damola look comfortable in the lead. Not so easy for Yankari. Damilola looks focused. Jennifer doesn't seem to be finding this easy, as she is yet to even start. Damola waltzes through. Damilola is not too far away. The first 2 drop their balls and hurry back to pick the rest. Chidima progresses slowly.
Chidima.
Oh boy, Yankari drops a ball, and he has to retrace his steps. It's a juggling act for Rachel. Jennifer slowly makes her way, while Damola is on the 2nd lap of transporting his balls. He doesn't look fazed at all.
back. Start from the beginning.
Damola drops a ball, and he has to retrace his steps to continue.
We have only 3.
Jennifer is still on the trail. This looks quite interesting and delicate as our warriors battle this out. It's not working out for Isitima, who has to go back again. The rules are quite stringent and must be adhered to. This sees our contestants restarting anytime they flout the rules. Who said this was easy?
Before you move, make sure your balls are balanced.
It looks like this game was made for Damola. The concentration and balance is impeccable.
Before, Damilola, if your ball, wherever you touch your ball, you start from the obstacle. Start from here.
Looks like Damola is first to finish this ball course.
Damola?
Yes, sir.
Our other warriors are trying to catch up. Isitima finally makes progress. So does Yankari.
Yes.
Oh, Jennifer, not again. Toke knows that the task ahead is tough, and she must raise warriors who can withstand the obstacles that lie ahead. Odudu and Damilola are neck to neck. Yankari is with his last ball. Despite his several fouls, Yankari is second to complete the task.
Jennifer, you're gonna step back again.
This is all so frustrating for
Damola
Jennifer.
is done. Solomon is done.
Rachel is determined.
Chidima.
Chidima fouls
Back.
and must go back. Damilola and Odudu still battle it out.
Take your time, patience. Find your balance. Find your balance.
Isitima is a picture of concentration. Let's see if Jennifer makes it this time. Oh no, just when you thought she was a hair's breadth away. Sorry, Jennifer. You have to go back. Isitima too. Rachel is on her last lap. It looks like Isitima has it covered this time. Chidima completes her last lap. With all the men done, it's a battle of the remaining ladies. And it's not an easy one, if you ask me. Prowls, missing nothing as she watches. Rachel completes her last lap. It is now between Esitima and Jennifer.
Our 9 contestants had a very interesting challenge today. The quest is called the ball course. Now, with a tray and one hand, they're supposed to balance 5 balls in 3 laps. However they choose to carry it across is up to them. Either you do it in 2s, 2s, 1, or 3s and 2s. It's completely up to them. The trick is the balls must not drop, and they have to go through different levels of obstacles, high lows, enter a box, come out from the box, and make it to the other side. The guys did quite amazing, even if I thought the women were better skilled in balance, but they proved me wrong today.
Anxiety seems to have taken over Jennifer. Maybe the fear of the unknown. Meanwhile, Esitima is just an obstacle away, but will need to retreat again. Jennifer, oh Jennifer, what is going on? Looks like today is not a good day for Jennifer. And Esitima finally makes it to the end with her last balls. Toke is getting impatient.
Taskmaster, what's the problem? What is the problem?
I don't know. I don't understand, because every other person has done this and succeeded to get to the other side. So it's Jennifer I'm waiting on.
Jennifer,
Ma.
It's time up. You had only one instruction. Do not come last. And you are the last person lacking behind. Jennifer, your journey ends here. You're hereby evicted from the Gulder Ultimate Search. You'll return to Amarakin Base, pack your things, and leave the jungle immediately.
And it's the end of the road for Jennifer. She becomes the 10th person to be evicted from the Gulder Ultimate Search.
Well, looking back at home, I didn't even think people would believe I'll come this far. So coming this far alone is enough blessing to me. So I don't think anybody will be disappointed at me for not being the last woman standing or anything. It's enough blessing to me already that I'm here. After this jungle, I believe there are lots more opportunities outside. So it's just to use my opportunities as they come. I'll still be rooting for my guys. I really wish Damola would win. And for the last woman, Estima.
It's been a journey, I must say.
Warriors?
Yes, ma'am.
You started this task as 9 contestants. There's a missing spot. One by one, you will either rise or fall. You can all return to Amarakin base camp. I will see you at the place of the talking drum tonight.
Thank you, ma'am.
Our task for the day is done, and our warriors head back to our Moronki camp.
So we started today's task with 9 contestants. Ladies and gentlemen, we're down 1 person. There are now 8 contestants who are ready for the search for Akolo's chest. Just like that, the journey gets even tougher. I hope you had as much fun as I had today on the Ring of Warriors.
If you have the courage to begin, you have the courage to succeed. The Ultimates, now crafted with passion.
Air Peace, your peace, our goal.
Our warriors return back to camp after a grueling task of concentration and balance.
Yes, boss.
They settle down to conversations.
Chi, time to cook.
Chidima don't cook for this place.
Now you dey cook now.
I should ever cook here.
No, sir.
Chidima, you never cook for you.
White rice.
Guys. Me, I just feel like we should not test anybody.
Who cook and I miss the cooker.
Let's not test anybody that have not cooked before with our last rice.
No. I'll cook the pepper soup, but just the white rice first.
Can you trust that with white rice?
No, white rice.
No, just the white rice. I'll make the pepper soup.
Making up with two shikafao.
Let's make just pepper soup. Then tomorrow morning we'll eat the rice.
Let's not do that.
I don't understand.
Let's survive tonight.
What if it?
That pepper soup is the same thing as drinking water.
Don't worry, we'll eat the rice, but tomorrow we'll eat pepper soup.
Ah, tomorrow when you
come tomorrow,
Tax day tomorrow.
You have to leave the sea without being seen. That's so. I love that. To be drinking water for you. I come. He locked straight face like, oh boy. And then I want to ask Gerard why you drink my water now.
Damola and the others talk about the task earlier in the day and Jennifer's flaws.
At least if I pass this person, I know we'll carry last. And she was looking at Tima. But you see, at that point when she had successfully taken 2, she looked at Tima's side and Tima had 3. So she knew that if she did 2, then 1, Tima would finish with those 2. So she just forced herself to carry 3. And that was just what made her.
She had the chance of going back to drop 1.
Tima was already in front.
I mean,
so she needs 2 trips.
What he was saying was
for her to
go back to drop 1.
Yeah.
Then she would start with 2. Tima with 2 was already in front. So she would go with 2, then still have 1.
When she had 3, Tima was inside the box. So she had the opportunity to drop 1 or drop 2. Go with 1 first, finish up.
The problem with all these tasks is you can't do toss P. You know when you're playing basketball, you say, oh yeah, toss P.
So like, for example,
Dusk slowly creeps in. At last, the food is ready.
Today is fair and good for me. I don't expect much on the negative.
my expectation was, my balls would fall down because we could only use one hand to balance. So, but to my surprise, I think I handled it a bit better than I thought I would.
Ball course really needed patience and focus, concentration at the same time, and balance. So I did all that. I I didn't have to rush because, I mean, we are no more in clans that you have to watch your clan member looking up to you. So I just had to take my time.
The individual tasks have met my expectations because it is all about who you are as a person, how relaxed you are, how you can listen to instructions, knowing yourself.
We had 3 laps to do, so for 5 balls, I knew I had to try one first. So I did the first one, a single ball, the second and third 2 balls each.
Going further in the individual tasks, I'm expecting more challenges, and I'm going to try my best to beat myself up to the challenge.
I feel not too good about Jennifer going home, but it's a game. We all leave at some point.
I mean, I won't like to be the first person to go. I want to actually be here to the end of the game and to win by God's grace.
I don't really know my expectation at the place of the talking drum tonight, because so far it has always been a place of eviction, and eviction taking place at the task arena today. I don't really know what is up there for us at the place of the talking drum tonight. So I'm expecting anything that comes, we'll take it.
Every discovery begins with the courage to go where no one will. The Ultimates, now crafted with passion. Introducing the new Gulder, with every taste and adventure, now crafted with passion.
You can easily see how anxious every single one of our contestants are as they realize that we're getting closer and closer to the end of this journey, and the road is getting tougher. Now, they all want to be winners, but only one man or woman would emerge as the next Gulder Ultimate warrior. Who is this person going to be? Good evening, warriors.
Good evening, ma.
Now, I remember at the start of this journey, there were so many of you that I couldn't see properly. But now, just as clear as day, I can see each and every one of you. There's no place to hide. Relax. You all seem rather tense.
Toke tries to calm their frayed nerves. She decides to engage them in a conversation.
Okay, let's talk about your campfire last night. Will you all share with me what that experience was like? Yankari.
It was an amazing experience, and we were all shocked and surprised to see the guest that was brought in, which was Mr. Bob Manuel. And well, after the bonfire night, we were also hit by our biggest shock by seeing the host.
Oh, is that why you all are frowning tonight? Because you saw me at your abode last night?
No, ma.
I thought you all liked me.
We do, ma.
Okay. So how did you take that shock? Tosi?
We're still in shock.
Damola, you laugh.
For me, the bonfire was a good thing. I feel like it lifted all our spirits. To be honest, we were all shocked to see you at our camp, even though we like seeing you, but it was a shock, especially the fact that someone got evicted. I feel like right now, I don't know if I speak for everyone, it's just there's a level of uncertainty. Normally when we come here, we're already expecting a couple of things to be spoken about, and right now we're just like, anything could come our way, so walking on eggshells.
You flatter me. Thank you. It's nice to hear that you actually like to see me. You may all sit down.
Thank you.
All right, so share with me, what questions did you ask our special guest, Mr. Bob Manuel Udoku?
So I don't think we didn't ask any question. We had conversations concerning our journey.
Enough. you got to share in his presence. And none of you thought it was wise to pick his brains. The wealth of wisdom that he holds, no one decided to ask questions. That is rather disappointing. I can tell you from the top of my head the amount of questions that I expected that you should have asked. Questions such as, how do we navigate the jungle? And this goes back to every single thing I share with you here. I knew you asked no questions. I know everything that happens in this jungle. Now that you've heard me share that with you, what impression do you think you left on him? As you journey on in this quest, things will definitely get tougher. And it's not every day you get to be visited by a legend. You should have used the opportunity even well. Now, I wouldn't spend so much time scolding you because what is done is done. Tonight, I want to get to know you all a little bit better.
Now the conversation gets interesting.
Share with me what your experience has been like from the beginning up until now.
So far, my experience have been quite a journey, and I've learned a lot. I've met a lot of people here. I've got to know that we have different characters, and I've learned to be observant, and I've also learned to listen like a craftsman or craftswoman.
I see you found yourself a boomerang.
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you find one?
I found it close to the kitchen by the tree.
Well done. Clearly your eyes are working perfectly. Now this is the second boomerang that you have found. You may sit. Rachel.
Yes, ma.
What is the matter?
I'm fine, ma.
So share with me your jungle experience so far.
Well, I've learned to tolerate people, and I think I've become more of a talkative because I usually don't talk this much and I don't tolerate people a lot. So this journey has helped me with that, will I say, my weakness.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You may sit.
Thank you.
Tolerance, Dima and Rachel has mentioned. And I see that you all are giving me political answers. So I'm going to ask you, who is the most troublesome person in camp? You may stand. Why am I not surprised, Tosi?
I'm not the most troublesome.
I know, but you were quick to answer all of my questions.
Asking for who is the most troublesome person is generic.
Okay.
When it comes to the good trouble that I know, Odudu.
Odudu.
Yeah.
And the bad trouble?
I don't want to say one thing now that I'll go at the top.
Yankari, do you want to tell me who
trouble.
the person with the bad trouble is?
When it comes to the bad trouble person, well, I would say that most of the troublesome people have actually gone, and right now we just have like a softer kind of trouble around, because the camp is more quiet than it have ever been before. So I think the only trouble people that we have is Odudu and Tosi.
You may both sit down.
Thank you.
Now your response has led me to my next question. In a group dynamic, it's usually tough to peacefully coexist with everyone. Now that is also part of the training to become an adequate craftsman or craftswoman. A lot of your teammates have gone home. Do you miss any one of them? And who do you miss the most? Odudu.
Oh, I actually miss Tobe.
Why?
He is the fawn of the camp.
Anyone else? Justin.
I miss Gerald because he's one of the person that I tend to talk easily with. We talk on the same frequency.
Now, it is quite understandable that earlier on, you may or may not have formed some certain bonds. And these people may have left the jungle. You all complained about the quiet in your humble abode. So I'm tasking you tonight to make sure that you form new friendships.
Yes, ma.
Tosin, now because that you're the oldest person here, I'm putting you in charge of all of that.
Thank you, ma.
There must be more communication, and you all have to find new ways to resolve your issues.
Thank you, ma.
You may sit. Unfortunately, our first woman left us today. When you look at the numbers, clearly we had more men than women. I want to hear from you ladies. How did that make you feel? Chidima, you've been awfully quiet tonight.
One of the ladies leaving today, it actually brought me to the realization that the journey is getting real and it's getting tougher by the day.
So you didn't realize that when the men were leaving?
I didn't really. I thought like the women we are like Gidimal, we are ready to face anything, but Jennifer leaving today, man. I felt like this thing is no joke again. Or one got to, double up and step up on their game.
I like what you said last. Now hold on to those feelings because you will need them as the quest continues. You may sit. Rachel.
Wow.
You lost a sister today. How does that make you feel?
Make me feel bad. Jennifer was very close to me, just as Chidima is. So she leaving today, I didn't even see that coming. I thought she was even done before I finished. So finishing and seeing her struggling with the balls wasn't really good.
You may sit.
Thank you.
I have a conspiracy theory. In this same place of the talking drum, you all stated that she was developing close relationships with Tobe. So perhaps the spirit of Tobe couldn't do without Jennifer. You see, I got you all to listen up. Now that's what we came here to do tonight. Is there anything else you would like to talk to me about?
Just to plead with the Council of Elders that we are having shortage of firewood and we've been limited to a particular place we cannot go beyond, and it seems we need to go further for us to fetch firewood for cooking. So, cook.
Is there anything else you need? Odudu.
Well, she just made mention of firewood, but I mean, how do you cook without the food? And one more thing, we just realized that the ladies, they are getting fatter.
That is so rude, Odudu. How do you comment on the ladies' weight?
I have evidence. Estima.
Estima, do you agree with what he said?
No, ma. I'm actually getting thin.
Ma, once again, you can ask my fellow classmates to testify.
Tosin, do you agree?
Talk true, talk true.
Now, while you are all finding this funny, I would like to remind you all, you're not here on holiday. This is the jungle. Your survival in here is on you. This is no room service. You have to learn to adapt. I have taken all of your concerns and questions on board, and I will consult with the Council of Elders.
Thank you, Ma.
Odudu, you may sit. Both of you too.
Thank you, Ma.
Now that I've established that there's absolutely nothing left for us to discuss tonight, Tima.
Yes, Ma.
You have to perform a little exercise in here tonight. Now, you have won a boomerang in the past, and this makes it your second one.
Yes, Ma.
You could not hold on to 2 boomerangs. You are going to give it to somebody in here tonight. Very quickly, decide who is going to get it.
Okay. I'm giving it to Damilola.
Why?
Actually, I noticed that he's the only person that I've not been focusing on looking for too much concentrating on looking for the boomerang. So the rest of the people are always too conscious.
Thank you so much. That is very generous of you, but I will turn that down. Because I have said in here that everyone should look for a boomerang.
He does, but he doesn't like the rest.
Damilola?
Yes, Ma.
Is it that you feel you don't need a boomerang?
No, Ma. I feel I need it, but I don't want to get obsessed with it. Let me put it that way. I don't want to get obsessed with it. So that's why, if I have a feeling, I go there. I don't start raising the roof and tearing down places looking for it.
But it's in the spirit of sportsmanship. When you're told that there is something that can give you an extra life, I would think that you would actually take that seriously. Now tonight, Tima could easily have given this to you. But for the other people who have been looking for boomerangs and haven't found, it's quite insulting to hear that you are actually not looking for them. Director, I can see you, but then I don't. Pick somebody else. Don't stress yourself. You can give it to Damilola. You both can sit.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Ma.
One last question. What did you think we were going to talk about tonight?
The return of Osas.
Okay, sit down.
Actually, I smelled trouble. I thought probably someone might have committed something that the person would face discipline or something like that.
And that's why I decided to ask you. Because all through this evening, you've been so tensed. Can you breathe out?
I've done that already.
Would you have a good night rest?
Definitely.
You can sit.
Thank you.
One by one, you will rise or fall until there's one who stands taller than all. That one will go on to become the next ultimate craftsman or woman. All that out of the way, in a singular file, you all will return to Amarakan Base tonight. See you all tomorrow.
Another night at the place of the talking drum. But unlike most nights, no evictions. It's time for our warriors to head back to Camp Amaraki.
Gulder Ultimate Search is back, showing Saturdays and Sundays at 8 p.m. on these channels. Let the adventure begin.